Good morning, fellow students. My name is Mr. Philip Tawana. I'll present to you the PowerPoint on subject didactics and learner support for accounting. To start with, you have my details there. Mr. Philip Tawana, contact number 0812702296. My email address is given there, pmilinga@gmail.com. Welcome to Accounting Didactics and Learner Support module. I wish you all the best and work very hard to pass this module. The presentation is brief and is based on the subject content of this module in preparation for your 2022 examinations. What we are going to present or look at is the following content. Look at the concepts or concept. We shall look at the lesson plan. Why is it important? Guidelines for classroom management and discipline. Features or features of an ideal accounting teacher. Methodology for teaching accounting skills. Recording in accounting equation. Benefits of using PowerPoints in a classroom. Calculations of depreciations. We're looking at the methods of calculating depreciations. Calculations for profitability ratios. Calculations of break-even point and benefits. Let's start off with the concept, accounting. What is accounting? Accounting is the process of analyzing, classifying, and recording of financial transactions of monetary values or money in the books of first entries. E.g., for example, you may record these transactions in the cash book, petty cash book, etc., up to the income statements or final accounts, balance sheet, income statement. Second point, let's look at the lesson plan. Why a lesson plan is important? To identify materials to be used or to be covered during the lesson presentations. To identify the teaching methods that are suitable for that topic. Also to prepare activities for the classrooms or to prepare activities for learners to engage in the lesson. Also help us to work on the strategies on how we must keep or manage our classrooms and time management, etc. Can read further there for your own knowledge why lesson plan is important. Third point, guidelines for classroom management and discipline. What is a guideline that you can develop or implement as a teacher to manage your classroom and maintain discipline, a good discipline in your class? We are saying here you have to be creative or create a positive learning environment for learners to feel that learning and teaching is conducive. Should be proactive classroom. Act fairly and treat all learners equally. Learner must feel in the classroom they are all given equal treatment. They are given equal opportunity to participate in the classroom. Always prepare for the class sessions. It is important before you go for a class, you are well prepared and ready for the class. And once learners notice that they will behave themselves and you have a proper class managed, have high expectations in your classrooms. You must have higher hopes that your learners are going to participate and pass. Formulate classrooms rules with your learners. Learners need to be engaged on the rules for the classroom so that they can honor and respect what they have agreed with learners in terms of how they should conduct and behave themselves in the class. You can read further there in your modules. The next point is features of the ideal accounting teachers. Let's look at the qualities. Features in terms of qualities of the ideal accounting teacher. He must have knowledge or have more wider subject knowledge, content about accounting. Integrate ideal teacher. Integrity. He must be honest. He must be reliable in terms of ideal teacher. Is a problem solver inside and outside of the classrooms. He must be consistent. The patience to repeat work over and over. He must be ready to repeat topic covered or content covered if learners did not understand. He must be ready to repeat several times until learners have mastered the content presented. Interpreting, you need to explain the subject content in a simplified way so that all learners must understand. Interpret the topic or content in a simplified manner so that all the learners must understand, because our learners, they are of different learning abilities. So we need to simplify the topic to them. Empathetic. We need to put yourself in the shoes of learners. That if they have learning difficulties, what must you do as a teacher? You must be there to sympathize by helping them out so that they should master and be able to improve and be able to understand and grasp the content of what they are teaching. Role model. Be an example to your learners in terms of commitment, in terms of preparation, in terms of time management. We must set the tone of commitment, hard work, time management, that you are coming to a class to teach with all full preparations. Let's look at the methodologies for teaching accounting skills. Here we are saying you need to explain and discuss new terms with learners and give a simple test in the class on new terms. So you can use direct explanation discussion methods to explain terms that are not known to learners, for them to understand, and also give a small test to test their understanding if they are following on the discussions or explanations made earlier on. Start with an explanation from known to known. Start with an explanation from known to unknown accounting terms. Meaning, you have to start explaining a concept that learners know to, then you move to what they do not know, so that learners can link up, can see the link. They must able to connect from what they have explained, what they know, and you move new terms that are not known, so that they can connect and expand knowledge. Tell stories related to accounting, e.g. opening bank accounts, e.g. how to deposit money in the bank. Those are stories related to accounting. Ask them to go to the bank to get deposit slip or withdrawal slip, so that they should know how to deposit money and how to withdraw money in the bank account, or how to open a bank account, to give them that knowledge on how to learn accounting or on how to boost interest to learn the subject itself. Give some notes to learners on the work done. You must always ensure that every topic covered, you give some notes to learners so that they can easily follow the discussion of what you have covered. It's important to simplify the topic covered by giving them some brief notes that are easier to follow and understand for their own knowledge and the wider knowledge. Next topic there, recording in accounting equation. First of all, I think we have explained this, what is accounting equation. Just a formula that we need to understand. We are saying assets is equals to owners equity plus liabilities. Then having that formula in the head, you must now know the procedures on how do we record. For example, a given transaction there. Paid salaries to IOL tutor by EFT, each received 5,600. You must first identify the two accounts involved there. Or you must know what are the two accounts involved, or which accounting headings is involved there. So we have EFT. EFT is not an account, but EFT stands for the bank. So we know that EFT means the bank. Bank fall under assets. Then you have got salaries. Salaries is an account which fall under owner's equity plus the money value. So we're going to say assets here because you are paying. The bank is paying the tutors for IOL. So you're saying assets will decrease by 5,600 because you are paying. The bank is losing money. The salaries affect owner's equity because it's an expense. So therefore, salaries decrease our owner's equity. Both two accounts are decreasing. EFT is a bank, decreases our assets by 5,600. And salaries is an expense. It also decreases our owner's equity. Liability, no effect, you put 0 there. Wherever there's no effect, you put a 0. That's the rules. So you can practice more activity there, consult other fellow learners, develop some group discussions, or consult the tutor on the given details for more explanation. Next point is benefits of PowerPoint in classroom. It's quick and effective ways of communicating to class. It's the quickest ways of communicating to class. Or it simplifies your presentation, your lesson presentations. Increase the visual impact or improve to learners' participations. In other words, it captures learners' interest to participate in the lesson. Learners will focus and be attracted to the PowerPoint slides. So it helps learners to concentrate to the lesson itself. As they watch the slides, learners will be attracted to focus and follow the discussion. Makes teachers' work easier in the class, so it saves time to you and make your life much easier when you're presenting your lessons. It even more save time for teaching and learning and so on and so on. So a PowerPoint is of benefit to teachers in the classroom because more importantly, it will save your time, make your time easier, make your life to present lesson much easier, and the learners, they will be more attracted and they will pay more attention. And it's a very quick way to present your lessons to learners, and the learners, they will have participate to you in your classroom because the PowerPoint itself catches the attention of the learners and it develops more interest. Helps learners to develop more interest to participate in the class. Calculations for depreciation there. First of all, you must understand what is depreciation. We are saying is the loss of value of an asset over a given period of time. When an asset loses value over a given financial period, so it is called a depreciation. So we have got a lot of methods here. Maybe we'll look at the first tools, and the other one also, if time is there, we can also do some reading there. We have the first one, what you call straight line methods. Straight line methods, you look at the cost of the given asset there, which is a car. A car is costing 250,000. Depreciation is estimated at a percent of 10% there. Scrap value, what could have lost it? The loss that you could expect from asset is 10,000. Now we are told calculate the depreciation using the straight line methods. So we're going to take the cost price there, which is 250,000 minus the scrap value. Expected loss, 10,000. Have it there. And then you have a balance of 204,000 times 10 over 100. Then your depreciation for that period, it will be 24,000. That is the answer. So you must understand the straight line method is based on the cost. Cost minus expected loss. And then you multiply the given percent of 100. Then you get the value of your depreciation for that period. But that is the straight line methods. While the other one, which is reducing balance method, is different. Let's use the same assets. We are given here 250,000. We take the cost of the same asset there, a car, 250,000 times 10 divided over 100. You get that 25,000 is your depreciation for the first year. Now, if you want to calculate the depreciation for the second year, this 25,000, it should reduce the original cost of your asset. That's why it's called reducing balance method. It keeps on reducing the balance of your asset every year. Now look at it here. We have here the cost price of a car, second year, 250,000 minus 25,000. Our balance now in the second year will be 225,000 times 10 divided by 100. Our depreciation to change to 22,500. You see now, our first, using the reducing balance methods, our first depreciation is on 25,000. But now look at it here on the second year. It has decreased from 25,000 to 22,500. It goes on like that. If you calculate for the second year, you take this 22,500 minus this 250,000. Then you get the new balance, multiply by 10, divided by 100. You get your depreciation for the second year. Should be able to explain why business provide depreciations on the fixed assets. You must know why is the business providing depreciations on their fixed assets. You must know because they want to know the exact amount the asset has lost before they sell it. To know the exact amount the asset lost before they sell it, to see whether it will gain or lose. Let's look at the calculations of profitability ratios. Of course, we have got other ratios, but let's look at the calculations of profitability ratios. When you are talking about profit, let's convert this profit into ratios. For example, here, you are given the percentage of number one. We can calculate percentage of gross profit to revenues over sales. So you have understand how do you calculate percentage of gross profit to revenue or sales. So I have here gross profit, it will always be given times by 100 divided by sales. So for example, say for example, our gross profit is 4,500. I want to multiply by 100, divide by sales. Say our sales is 12,000. Now, how much is a percentage of that gross profit? The answer is 7.5%. But is this percent preferable? No, we are saying the percentage should be 50 or more. That is what is preferable. The higher the percentage, the more the business is performing in terms of profit making. The lower the percentage, it means the lower the business is performing in terms of profit or in terms of loss or not making profit. So the higher the percentage, the good the business is performing. But the lower the percentage, the poorer and poorer the business is underperforming in terms of profit percentage. Let's look at another profitability ratio here. Percentage of net profit to sales. We take your net profit as the percentage of capital employed retains on owner's equity. Understand the formula there. You take the net profit given over net profit as percentage of capital employed. Okay, you take the net profit if it's given here over capital employed, you multiply by 100. But we are saying the answer, it will indicate you take your profit on top, you put down capital employed, and then you multiply by 100. But we are saying if the answer is 50% or more, it means your business is performing. But if your profit percentage is low, it simply means your returns on owner's equity is lower. So the percentage, if it's 50% or more, it simply means you are performing in terms of your profit. But if it's below 50%, it means you need to adjust to increase your percentage profit. Let's look at the third last part of your presentation there. Calculations for break-even points and benefits. You are given the formula there, e.g. break-even point equals to fixed costs over selling price minus variable cost. We want to find out the number of products needed to sell. That is the purpose of break-even point. We want to find out the number of products that you want to sell. So this can be given to you in the transaction. Fixed cost can be given, put it there. Selling price can be given and variable costs can be given. And then you plug in figures to see the number of products you need to sell. So it will tell you if you have more product to sell to maximize profit. The more you have to sell, profit you will make. The less product you will need, less profit you will make. So it depends on the number of product that you need. But we are saying the more number of goods you have to sell, the more you make profit. But the less product that you produce to sell, you will not expect a profit because you already produced less product. How would you expect profit? So it is important to understand the more you produce to sell, the more you make profit. The less you produce, the less profit you make. So what is the benefit of these break-even points? It gives graph clear picture, the movement of your sellings. It will show when you started up, when you pick up. If you are increasing the number of products to sell, it will show a slight higher of a picture that you are improving. Profit is emphasized, clearly defined. So we are saying the more you produce goods to sell, profit, it will clearly show itself. But the less you produce, the less profit you make. Assist the owner of the business to know how much profit is made. That's what I'm busy trying to emphasize. You will know the more you are producing, say you are producing 50 bread in a day. If you increase that, in a day, you increase from 50 to 70. It means your profit, it will increase. And your graph, it will show that increment in profit. The more you increase it, the graph will show clearly that you are picking up and improving and making profit every month. So the more you produce, the graph will show the movement of increment per month. So it's more advisable to produce more goods for you to make profit. Our last part of our presentation, just a tip on how to prepare for exams. We are saying you must have all materials required for your modules. Have sufficient time to study your modules or to read your notes, your books. You may form groups, Zoom discussion classes with fellow learners so that you can share ideas and explore more. Consult some fellow students and your tutors. Feel free to consult some fellow students that are hardworking, and your tutor is available for further assistance. Revise all your assignment is very important. I will repeat, revise all your assignments, very important, because assignment is a preparation for you to go for examination, or assignment that we normally set and give you is a preparation to go for examinations. Make a thorough examination preparations. Make sure you read all the assignments, all your modules, the course outlines should be read thoroughly. Work very hard. Answer all the questions in the exam papers. Quite often we see some students, they leave some questions not answered in the examination papers. Now we wonder, how do you want to pass? So it's more advisable, try to answer all the questions so that you can stand a chance to get a mark or to score marks. That will take you up to a expectation that you would like to pass subject. Lastly, all the best and good luck for your exams. We wish you everything that you can do for you to pass and graduate your course. This is the end of our PowerPoint presentation. Have a good day.